Welcome back to Foot in Mouth after one of the best nights of Champions League football ever. Arsenal beating Bayern Munich 3-1. That is a result that has been years in the making. Long overdue. And to be fair, it's probably been one of the best weeks in football. There have been a lot of upsets lately, and there have been big wins for a lot of clubs that are chasing silver at the end of the season. This is carrying on from the weekend where Arsenal smashed Spurs in the North London derby. Historic hat-trick for Eberechi Eze in that game. I'm not going to speak too much about that game because at this point it is old news, but I wasn't able to do a preview for that game or the Bayern game actually because I got way too busy. But yeah, no regrets. Both games went how I'd hoped. Both games went way better than I'd expected. But yeah, I had to mention it, bro. It's a North London derby win. North London is red, always will be, and I'm definitely going to get more into it when we beat them at their home ground because a win over there is pretty much just as inevitable. But yeah, massive week. Liverpool lost at the weekend to Nottingham Forest 3-0 at home. Following that up with a loss 4-1 at home to PSV last night. Unthinkable. And we have a lot to discuss about Arne Slot and this Liverpool team. Where are they going from here? It does not look like it's up. And I also want to speak about Chelsea because Chelsea have emerged as unlikely title challengers. And I say unlikely just because in the grand scheme of things, you would have thought the main players in this were Arsenal, Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool, and Man City. But at the way things are going, it's Chelsea that are second in the Premier League, 6 points behind Arsenal. This weekend is Arsenal versus Chelsea, so that gap could either shorten to 3 or it could go to 9. But yeah, I think that Chelsea have crept their way up under the radar. But yeah, I think that a lot of people may need to dial down their expectations just a little bit. I'm going to share my thoughts on why in this video. But yeah, Chelsea definitely looking like title challengers to some degree, and more so after that win against Barcelona this week in the Champions League. It was a massive week of football. Even Manchester City have been taking L's, but I think theirs is more forgivable against Leverkusen just because Pep fielded basically a whole new team. So yeah, a lot more reason for that result, and also I think a lot more potential for them to turn things around like that, but not so much at Liverpool. But let's start with Arsenal. Got to start with Arsenal. This is the most testing week of the season so far. We had a run of games of Spurs, followed by Bayern, and then it's Chelsea this week. So you had everybody doing the debates of, okay, cool, look, in those 3 games, one of those we probably don't win. But yeah, we've made it look easy so far. And it's almost scary how easy it's looked so far because I'm again, I speak about this in the show often. Maybe it's just the PTSD in me as an Arsenal fan, but I'm like, something's got to go wrong at some point. But so far, so good. I shouldn't jinx anything. I'm not putting anything up in the air. Last night, as soon as I made mention of the fact that we haven't conceded a single Champions League goal this season, and immediately after sending a message to a friend, we conceded a goal. So I shouldn't be speaking like this. But yeah, it's just one of those things, man. Everything is just going well. We rotated the team a bit more again last night. Mosquera was in centre back with Saliba. They look good. Any which way Arteta lines up this defense looks good. Miles Lewis-Kelly definitely struggled against Michael Olise. 100% he struggled, but I think it's a little forgivable. He's barely played any minutes this season, so it's understandable that he didn't get up to match speed. But yeah, he struggled, and thankfully Arteta saw this and he made substitutions at a very good time, and those substitutions completely changed the game. Calafiori came on within 3 minutes of him being on the pitch. Arsenal went back in the lead through Nani Madueke's first goal for Arsenal. Good goal for him, and what a goal it was to score against Bayern Munich in the Champions League, bro. Like, you couldn't have picked a better time to score your first Arsenal goal. And I honestly think once Arsenal went 2-1 up, Bayern looked a little shell-shocked. Even the shots of their fans in the crowd, bro, they looked almost confused by what they were witnessing because Bayern do not lose to Arsenal. It just doesn't happen. But now it does, bro. And yeah, we did it in style. Gabriel Martinelli scoring that third goal. Lovely assist by Eberechi Eze. He's had a magic dream week for an Arsenal player. Hat-trick in the North London derby, assist in the Champions League against Bayern Munich. Sets Martinelli up with, it's almost like a Martinelli special at this point where he's just running through on goal, rounds the goalkeeper, and then puts it in the back of an empty net. But there's 4 goals in 4 games for Martinelli in the Champions League this season. So say what you will about the guy, he is consistent in the Champions League, and these are important goals, bro. They don't get very much more important than that goal last night. But yeah, that's 4 in 4 for Martinelli, and another world-class performance with Declan Rice. He got the Man of the Match award. It was absolutely all Arsenal. Genuinely, Bayern Munich looked just average, bro. It's the one word that I would use. They looked average. And while I do like their players, they obviously are better than this. They've won, up until this game, they'd won every single game this season, except for one where they drew in the Bundesliga, but they'd won every single game across all competitions. So naturally, they weren't going to come into this game with any real fears, even though it was at the Emirates. But yeah, I think that they were humbled, bro. I think they were absolutely humbled. I think that Arsenal showed their class. They showed again just how good our depth is, bro. All those substitutions are why we won. Leandro Trossard came off very early in the first half, and then he was replaced by Gabriel Martinelli, who scored the third goal. Calafiori came on for Miles Lewis Kelly. Calafiori absolutely turned the game on its head in our favour. And Nani Madueke also came on from the bench, and he scored the second goal. So it was literally down to the subs. And what's scary is that it's not even our full team yet, bro. We still got Kai Havertz to come back, Gabriel Jesus to come back, Victor Gyökeres to come back. Martin Odegaard only just now returned and made a cameo from off the bench last night. Good to see him back on the pitch. But yeah, literally, Arsenal, we favourites for both, bro. We favourites for the Premier League, favourites for the Champions League. I would say we favourites for the FA Cup and Carabao Cup as well. Just with our depth, because we could field a different team in each competition and literally be one of, if not the best team in the competition. It is looking exactly like that right now, and long may it continue. I think that last night was as big a statement as it gets, especially for Arsenal in the Champions League. We go top of the Champions League, 100% record intact. We've won every game. We've conceded one. It's definitely going well. And it's good to have dunked not only on Spurs this week, but also on Harry Kane, because Harry Kane, look, in his post-match interview, I will say he was classy about it. He kept his head, he took his L, but I think a part of him was definitely seething, bro. He would not at all enjoy losing to Arsenal, whether he's playing for Spurs or Bayern. But yeah, I think that after that game, Arsenal definitely favourites for the Champions League. I think that when we win the Champions League, which I genuinely believe is going to be this season, when we do, rival fans, please just put your phones on flight mode, uninstall all your social media apps entirely, because we are going to be unbeatable. And rightfully so, in my opinion, because genuinely being an Arsenal fan, this is like on some thug life shit, bro. The hate you gave us for all these years, bro, because of this freaking competition. When we do it, it's going to be game over on the internet. And at the end of the day, all y'all just brought it upon yourselves. Because, bruh, it's been tough to be an Arsenal fan. And we are finally getting our just dues. The ratings are going, bro. If Arsenal pull off a Premier League or a Champions League, if they pull off the unthinkable double, then yeah, we are going to be unbeatable. And I honestly, I think I'll deserve it, bro. I think I will love it, and I think I deserve it. But yeah, Arsenal absolutely smashing Bayern Munich last night. Let me know what you think about that performance. Does it make Arsenal outright favourites? Because I think it does. And Liverpool, far from having the same luck as Arsenal at home, started off bad. Virgil van Dijk playing basketball, giving PSV an early penalty. Once Liverpool equaled things, I was like, okay, cool, they'll probably turn things around now. And when I checked the score again, bruh, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. I think that this is the last thing that Arne Slot needed. He's playing against a side that he should be very familiar with after his time in the Eredivisie. He's coming off the back of a 3-0 loss to a Sean Dyche Nottingham Forest side. How could you lose this one, bro? This was honestly one of the most embarrassing results I think Liverpool have had. It's probably more embarrassing than the Nottingham Forest game. Just because Nottingham Forest, you can try and argue that new manager bounced 3 games in. I don't know, Sean Dyche is Sean Dyche. I don't think Sean Dyche ever coached a side that scored 3 goals in a game. But yeah, look, this was bad. We'll put them in the exact same WhatsApp group, bro. And you got to ask the question, is Slot done? Is he done? I think he is. I genuinely think he's done. I think this is beyond him being exposed. And I think it's 9 losses in their last 12. That's embarrassing, bro. That's genuinely embarrassing. That's kind of worse than Man United, I feel. But look, that's a lot because of the fact that Liverpool are champions. They're the current Premier League holders. They need to do better than this. This is going to go down as one of the worst title defenses in Premier League history. And yeah, I don't think that Slot can turn it around. And how much of it is down to him, how much of it is down to the players, I think that's the biggest debate, because these players also look trash. Let's be honest. They do not look like the players that have... maybe it's like Champions hangover. I don't know. Whatever you want to call it. However you want to try and justify it. You can't, bro. There are no excuses for some of the results that Liverpool are getting on the end of. And you look at the fixtures between Arsenal, Man City and Liverpool going forward. Liverpool have the easiest set of fixtures between the three, hands down. But they are making such hard work of it. This was a good time for them to close that gap before the January window opens. Set themselves up for something to work towards come January. I mean, at this rate, come January, the board may not even see any value in investing any more money in the team. They'd already spent $500 million. why would they want to throw more money at a project that looks like it's not working out? And genuinely, they may already be thinking about the next guy after Slot. They may be at that point where they're saying, look, thanks for your services. We appreciate the title. David Moyes could have won the title last season with the team that you had, but we think it's time to move on. Obviously, the manager market is dead right now, so that's his big saving grace, I think. But if there is an opportunity to bring back someone like Jurgen Klopp, bro, I think Liverpool should grab it with both hands and just push Slot out the door. Because, yeah, he's done, bro. He's cooked. I think that he is, even in press conferences, the things he's saying now, he seems very much all over the place a little bit. He seems like he's grasping at straws. Naturally, I mean, look, obviously it's panic season. This is genuinely a crisis now. Before, I didn't think it is a crisis now. And yeah, I think that he is not the guy to turn it around. It doesn't help that Mo Salah forgot how to play football. It doesn't help that Virgil van Dijk wants to play basketball now. It doesn't help that Konate is apparently thinking, I don't know where his head is at, because the way he's playing, he's not exactly earning a move to Real Madrid. He's not even earning himself a new contract at Liverpool, in my opinion. But yeah, it's bad, bro. It is bad at Liverpool. And I kind of feel a little bad for them because Man City are also taking L's of their own. But I think that for some reason, Man City look like more of a team in transition than Liverpool. And Man City look like they're more allowed to go through a transition than Liverpool. It's probably because Liverpool are the title holders. It's probably because they spent half a billion and they bought all the best attackers in the world, you know. But yeah, I think that Liverpool at the ratings are going, I don't see them turning it around performance-wise. Never mind, even if he changes the tactics. What I'm seeing from the players so far, I don't see them actually being able to turn things around. You know, they've literally lost to Nottingham Forest 3-0 at home. If you're going to lose that game, you know, where are you going to get a win? And the fact that they followed that up with a home loss in the Champions League, where you would have thought that this is the bounce back. You know, we've seen it before. Liverpool take a L in the Prem and they bounce back in the Champions League. It's nah. The Champions League was their cheat code. That was their saving grace, and they've kind of lost it at this point. But I think Liverpool look far from favourites for either competition. And I don't think that Slot is the guy. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Can Slot turn things around? I genuinely don't think so. Yeah, I mean, look, in January, they're really going to have to pull off some miracles, and the board are going to have to spend huge if they really want to turn things around. By that point, Arsenal may well be way too far ahead, and then it's just literally you investing in the team for damage control. But yeah, I don't see them being in the conversation for a title challenge. I don't see them being in the conversation for Champions League challenge. And I genuinely don't see Slot being here. If they take another, let's say 3 L's, I think if Liverpool lose 3 more games across all competitions between now and January, then Slot's gone. I think genuinely, if they lose another 3 games, on principle, Liverpool are going to have to do something that they don't often do. They're going to have to pull the trigger. They're going to have to sack a man early, and they're going to have to bring in Steven Gerrard as a temp manager or something, bro. Because that team needs like a morale boost. You got to bring out all the stops, bro. Like, who's their favorite? Hire like their favorite rappers or something, bro, just to come for training. Someone to pick them up, because I don't understand why this team are playing so badly at the moment. Things are just not good over there. And once upon a time, I said long may it continue, but at this point, it is just kind of a little sad. And then just to close out with Chelsea, unlikely title challenges. This is off the back of them beating Burnley, mind you. Burnley. And I think that they are a good side. They definitely look way better than a lot of people expected, myself included, although I did have them as my dark horses in the predictions. I think that they look good. Estevao especially looks amazing. Pedro Neto is starting to be consistently solid for them, which is, I think, what they were crying out for from the jump. Garnacho even is looking like a bit of a player for them now that he's had a run of games. So I'm not saying they're a bad side, but I am saying that people are jumping the gun a little bit with calling them title challenges and Champions League challenges and all that jazz, because Chelsea have done this before. They've done this before. They flattered to deceive. And I think that the reason that they are where they are in the league table now is because Man City lost to Newcastle. It's because Liverpool lost to Nottingham Forest. I think this is down to the teams around them who should be more in the conversation for a title challenge, dropping points where they shouldn't. And Chelsea have had the easiest set of fixtures amongst the top 4 teams in the league right now. 100% they've had the easiest set of fixtures. And they've won where they should win, but they've also not won where they should have won. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think Chelsea have just picked up points where others have dropped at crucial points where they are now second in the league and people are gassing them up a little bit too much. That's just my opinion. I think that they will look better once Cole Palmer returns, of course. But that being said, Cole Palmer alone can only do so much. And yeah, he may carry you to a Conference League trophy, and he may carry you to a nice, preseason trophy in the Club World Cup. But I don't think that he's going to carry you to a title charge, especially once he returns from injury. He's going to have to still get back to match fitness. It's going to be a slow integration. It's a lot of games that Chelsea that are going to go by, where Chelsea are going to do more of what we have seen this season, more of what I expect to see this season, where they just flattered to deceive. They're going to pick up points against the lower half teams, and they're going to drop points against teams where they shouldn't drop points. And yeah, I think that it is very easy for people to get overexcited about Chelsea right now, because, to be frank, people don't want to see Arsenal win it. Let's be honest, people don't want to see Arsenal win the Champions League. People don't want to see Arsenal win the Premier League, because when we do, that's the end of everybody's fun for a while. So I get it. They're going to try and gas up the next available contender with Man City and Liverpool dropping points. Chelsea's there, so that's who we're going to pass the torch to. I just cannot wait to see where the goalpost shifts to once Arsenal do win these major trophies. It's going to be very interesting. But yeah, let me know if you guys think that Chelsea are genuine contenders, or do you, like me, think that they are nothing more than dog horses and, to be honest, just a little bit of title pretenders at the moment. Thank you for watching the video. If we are on the road to 200 subscribers, I'm trying to hit 200 subs by Christmas. So if you haven't already subscribed and you can help me reach that goal, I really would appreciate it. Thanks for watching the video. Again, if you did enjoy it, do leave it a like. And tomorrow I will be doing my predictions for the Premier League fixtures. I'm not going to do it in this video because that'd be for way too long. But yeah, in tomorrow's video, we're doing predictions. You can let me know yours in the comments now already, and I will catch you tomorrow.